The struggle between good and evil has been waged since the dawn of mankind. Every great Marvel movie depicts a battle between superhero and supervillain. Well, this epic clash happens on YouTube every day. Except the sequels are terrible, bots write the script, and nobody ever tells you what's going on. Look, whatever you're doing right now, I need you to stop and listen. I don't care if you're helping an old lady cross the street amidst oncoming traffic, that can wait. YouTube has come through like a ninja in the darkness and has made changes to their monetization, to their community guidelines policy that is going to have massive implications and is already affecting the livelihoods of many creators out there. And look, this is an issue that has gotten a little bit of coverage, but I feel like more channels need to speak out on this. More people need to be made aware of this situation. And look, let me preface this with, I'm hugely grateful to YouTube and this platform that I have. I'm very lucky and very privileged to have an influence, to have a number of you who like coming to the channel, who watch my content. I couldn't be doing this full time without YouTube, without the opportunities that it presents. But at the same time, we have to appreciate that YouTube, like any other social media, is a multinational corporation. It is a huge entity that reports to a board that has to deal and be concerned with profits, which can lead to injustice and inequality for the little guy, aka the content creators, who ironically help to keep this platform turning over and help to create an ecosystem and an environment where YouTube can get advertisers in, where they can generate revenue off of our backs, off of the content and the minds and the creativity that we have. And they don't always get it right. So I'm hoping that this video will serve as a warning to my fellow community, to my content creators out there, and give you guys some tips, some things that you need to be made aware of, because it is already affecting other creators. It is directly affecting their wallets. There are some creators that are not sure they can continue to make content on YouTube anymore because of the changes. So Susan, if you're watching, please don't demonetize my platform and lower my reach even further. I know you're trying to take down every reaction channel that's out there right now. If you guys look at like the views of Stevie, Shaq, all of them, like they just keep going down and down and down. Labels seem to be against us, but hey, that's a topic we can get into for another day. So the first shot that YouTube has fired deals with the use of profanity within videos. Now look, I've been on this platform for over a decade now. It used to be a very well understood, you can't drop F-bombs within the first 8 seconds of the video. Otherwise, you're just screaming to get flagged and demonetized. Now what they've done is they've just gone all out equal rights on profanity usage. The F-bomb, S-bomb, basically any single potty mouth word that you can use is considered exactly the same. You can't use any of them at all within the first 15 seconds of your video. So my fellow creators out there, be careful with what you say, especially at the beginning and how you say it. Now that's fair enough, easily understood. However, they have a statement that goes even further and puts them into a gray area now of what videos they can decide to demonetize, to limit ads on and reach. Some examples of content that also fall into this category: focal use of profanity throughout a video, such as mentioned in every sentence. Now I get it, if you're cursing like an X-rated Popeye film, then fair enough. That leads to demonetization. But the problem is in the enforcement of that. A lot of creators, myself included, are finding that YouTube is retroactively going back into our previous videos. And if we have some use of profanity, there doesn't seem to be a consistency with it. There's a lot of people that are getting certain videos demonetized. There's some creators that are getting really upset because it's like, hey, I don't even curse that much, and yet I'm still sat here getting demonetized. One such creator is RTGame. Now, he is a huge YouTuber with over 2.7 million subscribers, and he has been having a back and forth sort of personal war with YouTube because they have gone through and just age restricted and stricken so many of his videos. He even made a tweet about it. I have received another email from YouTube confirming they will not be restoring the status of any of my content or removing the age restrictions on my content. I feel completely let down by Team YouTube. I'm absolutely devastated. And it gets even better with this saga, but I'm going to let him put it in his words in terms of his battle with his language usage.
Let's circle back to that email. All content available on the platform must follow these guidelines regardless of when they were uploaded or when the policy was implemented. So YouTube only a month ago changed their policy on swearing. If you swear in the first 15 seconds of a video, you are demonetized. Because of this, a huge backlog of my content was flagged for swearing that had been fine before, but YouTube had deemed it was no longer fine.
Now that is an incredibly dangerous slippery slope, and it just waves all kinds of warning flags to me as a creator. YouTube's saying that all content on this platform must follow these guidelines regardless of when the video was created. So basically a video that I made 5 years ago that I kept in line with YouTube's policies, with their community guidelines, with their monetization policies that applied then. If they change it 5 years later, 10 years down the line, I'm going to get punished for that video because I followed the rules back then. I mean, I get applying that rule to any video that comes out since they put those guidelines in place. But to do it retroactively, I mean, you're basically just playing God. You can do whatever you want at this point in time. I mean, what if they decide later on that, you know what, anytime you use a curse word, we're going to demonetize you. Then they can go back in all my videos where I follow the 8-second rule or even the 15-second rule, and all of a sudden, boom, there goes the majority of my revenue and my income. And you guys may be asking, like, you know, what does it mean when a video gets age restricted? Well, not only does it cripple the creator in terms of our wallets, because now we can't generate any revenue from that video really, but also YouTube stops recommending that video. And we live and die by this artificial algorithm in terms of promoting us, putting our videos out there, so hopefully our subscriber base sees it, so hopefully new potential fans would see it, and we rely on that algorithm to serve out the videos that we spend so much time creating. So when a video gets age restricted, which I've had a number of videos retroactively age restricted, now all of a sudden those videos are not going to get recommended out anymore. They're not going to get pushed, they're not going to get the engagement, and I'm not going to have the opportunity to grow. Essentially, as a creator, your platform is now being just taken away from you. You're being canceled without having any chance to fight back. And at the end of the day, we are the content creators. You know, we are the ones yet again who are supposed to be the lifeblood of YouTube, where what you guys watch, what you guys engage with, and the content that we make. And there's definitely a flaw to the system in terms of if I get flagged for something and I feel like it's unfair, the options that I have are very limited in order to rectify that situation. You can dispute a video and submit it to human review. And if that review still finds that it doesn't fit in with the community guidelines, you can just be denied right then and there. And you don't always even have to be given a reason why you were denied. It's not like you can talk to an actual person, have a conversation, have a back and forth, figure it out. And let's say I put out a video 5 years ago that followed the rules. Now all of a sudden it gets flagged. Now all of a sudden it's demonetized and age restricted. Can I go back and edit it? Like, surely that would make sense. I should have the opportunity to go back, okay, maybe mute some of the poo-poo words that you guys don't like all of a sudden because, yeah, now we want to make like a kiddie platform. Hello, Logan Paul, how you doing? But this is where it gets even better.
And there actually is a YouTube editor function on the platform that allows you to edit and remove content. I asked the YouTube outreach team if I could remove the offending content to restore my age-restricted videos, and they said no. Even if I use the YouTube editor to remove the offending content, they would not restore the video. There would be literally nothing wrong at this point with my videos. They would not change its status because I had already requested a review that had been immediately rejected in 10 seconds.
That's a huge, incredibly glaring flaw with the system and just with the overall customer service of me being a creator trying to work with the business that I help to fund in YouTube. I guess what we have to do going forward is get our crystal balls out, you know, get our fortune teller vibe on, implant third eye right here, and figure out what YouTube is going to do in terms of their policy and their monetization, their community guidelines 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, because we somehow have to predict the future and make sure that our videos are going to be clean no matter the situation. Which, hello, one of the allures of YouTube is that, you know, we are just people like you. Hello, we're not big time celebrities, you know, we're not these crystalline characters that you see through a glass window. We're just real raw people, and we're going to do raw, honest things. I think that's always been the appeal of YouTube, is that anybody can become a content creator. Anybody can make a video and put themselves out there and try to gain a following. And we just reflect real life, and in real life, people curse. In real life, shit happens. And see, unfortunately, this policy doesn't just stop at cursing. It also has extended into violence, namely video game violence. And basically, without getting into too many details like we did with the profanity usage, the guidelines are set up so that there's definitely a gray area when it comes to video game violence now. And what a lot of content creators in the gaming sphere are finding is that when they do mature games that have some violence, such as over 18 games, yes, I'm talking about GTA, a huge platform on here. I'm talking about Skyrim. I'm talking about many different mature games for mature audiences. Well, their creators are getting demonetized, and their past videos are getting flagged. Again, RTGame made a video on this situation, but he is one of those content creators who does mature games, and he is absolutely getting hammered right now. And the issue again is that YouTube is saying one thing, but the actions that it seems to be taking imply that the book is really open to their interpretation of what is going to be too much violence within a game, of what is going to be too much profanity within a video. And I think it's that lack of communication which is key. The lack of communication with the creators, the lack of opportunities that we have as creators when they flag something, when they're aware of something that they give us to rectify and to fix a situation. Because this is our livelihoods. You know, this isn't a game. You know, there's a lot of us that have gone all in. We've gone full-time on YouTube. We've busted our asses off to build up our subscriber base, to grind out content every day, to continue to do what we can to build our communities. And then all of a sudden to be hamstrung in this way, it's inexcusable. And even though I'm not necessarily a gaming channel, I have a lot of friends and contacts within the gaming side of YouTube who is being hit heavy with the situation. I mean, when I first got started on YouTube, I was making music for cartoons. I was making music with Nerd Out Music, Dan Q. I've worked with all kinds of gaming channels throughout the years. And this really is a community of content creators. I really feel connected to this community, and I feel like I have to defend this community when YouTube pulls things like this. And when you have a content creator like RTGame who all of a sudden wakes up, Happy New Year, how you doing? By the way, you can't earn money with us anymore. He then tries to reach out to his reps. He then tries to reach out to YouTube, tries to fix the situation. They tell him, nope, we're not going to fix it. So sorry. He looks to see if he can edit his videos, if he can make changes. Nope, can't do that either. Sorry, it's a one and done chance. Videos that you put out before we made these guideline changes, sorry, I can't do anything. And the ironic thing is that this whole situation happened for him was because he reached out to YouTube in the first place. He had one single video get flagged. And he reached out to his YouTube rep. He reached out to YouTube to see if he could fix that one video. And because of that, it caused an entire investigation into the rest of his videos. And then he got 30, 40, 50 videos get flagged after that, which is absolutely insane. I mean, where's the customer service here? I have an issue as a creator. I reach out to YouTube for help, and instead of assisting me, they make the situation 100 times worse. So anybody want to start making videos on YouTube? I mean, look, if this guy, who is as magical as an Irish leprechaun and incredibly enchanting in terms of being a content creator, is still getting flagged by YouTube, what chance do you and I have? In all seriousness, guys, this is a huge situation. I just want to take a moment and use my platform to speak out on it and, you know, continue to use my channel as a force for good. Now, if you don't mind, I got more reactions to do. I got more bad actors to call out. And if I miss my date with Susan, I'm sure YouTube's coming for me next.